So friends, with yet another federal court loss for Donald Trump, he just may be setting an all-time record for the most court losses by any president in his administration. Let's talk about his most recent loss because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, on day one of Donald Trump's second term, he attempted to override, revoke, and cancel a portion of the Constitution. The Constitution clearly states that if you are born here, you are a citizen here. But Donald Trump said nope and signed an executive order attempting to revoke birthright citizenship. Well, now federal courts of appeal from coast to coast have told Donald Trump. Note, let's start with the latest reporting. USA Today headline: Appeals Court refuses to lift block on Trump's order, restricting birthright citizenship. The article begins. A federal appeals court on Tuesday continued to block President Donald Trump's order to end automatic citizenship for children born to parents who are not legally authorized to be in the country. This is yet another setback for one of his top immigration enforcement priorities. The First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which covers New England, became the second federal appeals court to rule against Trump, following the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on the West Coast. Trump has stated that he expects to win the legal dispute at the Supreme Court. However, a three-judge appeals panel refused to overturn the lower court's injunction, finding that the states challenging Trump's order were likely to succeed in proving that it violates the Constitution. The children affected by the order would suffer irreparable harm. Chief Judge David Barron, writing for Judges Julie Rickleman and Seth Ephraim, stated that the government, meaning Trump's DOJ lawyers, had not made a strong case that the states would lose their lawsuit. Additionally, they had not proven that the executive order was lawful. New Jersey Attorney General Matthew Platkin, who led the case, said, "Every court that has reviewed Trump's order found it flagrantly unconstitutional. The appeals courts have refused to reinstate it. We are thrilled with the First Circuit's decision and look forward to defending our birthright citizens, no matter how far the Trump administration takes this case." Trump's executive order and legal challenges. On January 20th, his first day back in office, Trump signed an executive order directing U.S. agencies to refuse to recognize the citizenship of children born in the U.S. if neither parent was a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. This order aimed to revoke a long-standing provision of the Constitution, one that has been upheld by the Supreme Court multiple times. In response, at least 10 federal lawsuits were filed challenging the order. Several judges quickly blocked its enforcement. Historical context. The 14th Amendment. Ratified in 1868, after the Civil War, the 14th Amendment states, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside." And in 1898, the Supreme Court reaffirmed that anyone born in the U.S. is a citizen. The DOJ's stunning admission. Now friends, I'm not going to read the entire lengthy opinion, but one paragraph stood out. There is something really off about what Donald Trump's DOJ lawyers admitted in court. Here's what the three-judge appeals panel wrote. "The risks that this determination may later be deemed wrong are high. Given that the government does not argue to us that the executive order likely complies with either federal constitutional or federal statutory law." Let's break that down. What did they just say? They're saying that Trump's own DOJ lawyers went into court and basically admitted, "Judge, we know what we're asking you to do is not really constitutional. It doesn't comply with federal law, but we want you to do it anyway." Friends, you don't have to be a lawyer to understand how absolutely outrageous that is. DOJ attorneys are supposed to represent the American people, argue for actions they know violate the Constitution. This kind of legal argument is so blatantly unethical that it could and should lead to sanctions or bar referrals. It's remarkable and deeply disturbing that lawyers representing the U.S. government are arguing to strip constitutional rights from people, all while acknowledging that what they're doing is probably illegal. Federal courts say no. Now, we have federal circuit courts from coast to coast telling Donald Trump, "No, you can't do this. We are keeping the injunction in place. You will not enforce this unconstitutional order while this case is being litigated." And that, friends, is a damn good thing. Because honoring people's rights and citizenship regardless of how they became citizens, matters, because justice matters. Friends, we are looking for points of light in these dark times, and we're finding them. As always, please stay safe, stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.